Welcome to today's episode of the DDC podcast. I'm your host, Daniela Del Carpio, and I'm so happy to have you join me on this journey of unlocking your true potential. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of this podcast. Today, I want to be sharing with you 5 tips to help you push yourself past your comfort zone. Maybe there's something that you've been trying to do for a long time, but you feel like there's something holding you back. You feel like there's something inside you that doesn't let you do that thing that you want to do or achieve that thing that you want to achieve. If this is you, make sure you listen to the whole episode because these tips are truly going to help you change that mindset and they're going to help you to push yourself out of that comfort zone. But let's start by talking a little bit about what is comfort zone and why do we often get stuck or we feel like we cannot do things past our comfort zone. Comfort zone is just being familiar with something. It's that feeling of you knowing that you are safe doing that thing or talking to the same people. You are, you have the same habits, the same situations. There's no stress at all because it's the same routine every single day, every single time. There's not many changes, so you know exactly what to expect, which means you're going to have low anxiety. There's nothing that is going to worry you. There's nothing that's going to make you feel that it's getting too much. Things and activities that are predictable. That's the main thing. And the reason why we get stuck is because we have fear of the unknown. Whenever we want to try something new, maybe we try for a few days or maybe we don't even try it. Why? Because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what to expect. And that's something that can be very, very scary if it's your first time doing that thing. We lack the confidence because we don't know what to do. Maybe we don't know what to do. Maybe we don't know how people are going to react. Maybe we don't know if we're going to be successful or not doing that thing. So having that fear and that lack of confidence can really hold you back. Another reason why we often get stuck is because we like comfort. So like I mentioned before, being on your comfort zone is being safe. And we like to be on that comfort zone because we don't like to make too many drastic changes. We don't like to change our routine too much. And also maybe because of social influence, we often worry too much about what people are going to say. We worry too much about what our friends on Instagrams are going to say. We worry too much about what people on TikTok are going to say. Like you really want to post that video, you really want to start with your online business, but then you are afraid of what your family or friends are going to say. And that can often hold you back. And we have that lack of motivation because of the reasons that I just mentioned. We have fear. We worry too much about what people are going to say. So we lack the motivation and we simply don't do anything about it. But if you truly think about it, if you look back at last year, are you the same person that you were last year? Have you made any changes in your life? Do you feel like you have grown as a person? If the answer is yes, then amazing. But if you're listening to this, it's because probably the answer is no. Maybe you haven't changed many things. Maybe you feel like you're not being that person or doing the things that you want to do because it's something holding you back. So let me share with you the 5 tips that have helped me push myself out of my comfort zone. The reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because in the past few months, especially, but over the past few years, I have really, really pushed myself out of my comfort zone so much. It's something that has been very scary, very challenging, of course. But I knew that if I wanted to be that person that I want to be, if I want to build that business that I want to have, if I want to have that body that I want to have, I knew that I had to push myself out of my comfort zone. If you know me from maybe 5 or 10 years ago, you will know that I was someone that was very, very shy. I wouldn't talk to people too much. I didn't socialize too much. I was never that person that if you were in an environment with a lot of people, like in a party, I was never that person that was going to come to you and talk to you or start the conversation just because I always like to feel safe. I always like to just be in my own bubble, I like to call it, in my comfort zone. I never like to step out of that comfort zone. I was so afraid of talking in public. I was so afraid of public speaking in not just small groups, but mainly big groups. I was so afraid of talking in front of the camera. I was so afraid of holding a microphone, something that I'm doing right now, and talking to people. This was something that was just pushing myself too much. And I had that feeling inside me. But I decided, that's enough is enough. No more bullshit. No more negative thoughts in my mind. I have to do something about it now because I'm the only one that can control my life and I'm the only one that can make those changes. Let me share with you the 5 tips that have helped me push myself out of my comfort zone and that I know they're also going to help you 100%. So number 1, it's to start small. because there's nothing more crazy or maybe nothing more annoying than going from 0 to 100. And this is something I always tell my clients. I always tell people that are trying to lose weight. If you go from 0 to 100, you're only going to make yourself feel way too stressed. And probably something is going to happen and that's just going to scare you for life and you will never want to do it again. Let's pretend you are afraid of public speaking and it's something that you've never done before. If you straight away push yourself and go and talk in front of 5,000 people or 10,000 people, obviously that's going to be extremely scary. You're only going to be shaking. You're only going to be regretting that you did that to yourself. And that's just not going to be a good experience for you. And trust me, you will never want to do that thing again. But if you start small, if you start just by doing like a speech in front of your family, people that you know, or talking in front of your friends or coworkers, people that you know, but you're not best friends with them. But if you start with something very small, it's going to make things much easier for you. Start small and slowly, gradually build it up. So that way you can go from talking to 2 people and then group of 5 people, group of 10, group of 20, and so on. That way it's going to be, the transition is going to be much easier and it's going to be much, much better for you. My second tip is to set clear goals. So what exactly do you want to achieve? How do you want to push yourself out of your comfort zone? Maybe there are so many things that you want to get done. If it's too messy, you will never get anything done. But if you set clear goals of exactly and specifically what you want to achieve, this is going to make things much, much easier for you. Let's say maybe you want to lose 10 kgs in the next 3-4 months. Maybe you want to speak in front of people in the next 3 or 4 months. Maybe you want to go to the gym. Maybe this is making you uncomfortable. You want to be able to go to the gym 3 times a week or 4 times a week in the next few weeks or the next few months. You have to be very specific. Just like how you set your goals for losing weight or gaining muscle mass, it has to be the same when you're trying to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Write down what are the things that scare you, what are the things that you want to change, and make a plan for them. That way you know exactly what has to be done and exactly how you're going to get from point A to point B and what things you're going to achieve. My tip number 3 is to embrace failure. Try to use failure as something for you to learn and to improve, because you might not be successful when you try it the first time. You might not be successful when you try the second time. And that's completely okay. That's completely okay because that's the only way that you can learn. That's the only way that you can improve. If you expect to be successful by day 1, trust me, your expectations are too high and you're only going to get disappointed and you're only going to feel sorry for yourself. And this is going to hold you back again and you will never do it again. Failure is okay. Failure is part of the journey. Failure is something that makes us stronger, that makes us wiser, and makes us take better decisions for next time. So don't ever be embarrassed to fail or when you fail. And don't ever get upset when you fail. Yes, at the time, obviously, might be upsetting. And you'll be like, this is not what I was expecting. But instead of you just crying about it, be happy, take the lesson, move on, and do it better next time. The next tip that I have for you is to challenge your negative thoughts, because this is something that happens to us on a daily basis. Maybe you're trying to go to the gym for the first time. The first thought that might come to your mind is people are going to laugh at you. People are going to be looking at you. You are so embarrassing. You look so ugly. You look so fat. You are out of shape. Whatever thoughts that come to your mind, those thoughts are going to come. And that's just what happens to us. That's what our unconscious mind. And that's something we cannot control. But you have to be the one challenging those thoughts. Whenever you have something like that coming to you, you need to tell yourself, no, enough is enough. I'm going to do this. I have proved myself I can do different things. I was able to, let's say, achieve this thing. I was able to do that thing. If you prove yourself and you remind yourself that you have achieved different goals in your life, that's just going to be an extra motivation and reminder for you to do that thing. Because if you get stuck there and then let's say you're trying to go gym and then you are trying to go in, you have those thoughts and then go back. How do you think something is going to change? How do you think you're going to be able to make it happen the next day if you don't challenge yourself? So don't be afraid to do that. And the last tip I have for you is to seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be embarrassed to share this with your friends or with your family, with your partner, with someone that you love. Sometimes when we try to do things by ourselves, we put too much stress in ourselves. But if we share this with the people that we love, it can make things a little bit easier for us. So going back to the example of maybe you are afraid of public speaking. If you share this with your family, they're going to help you and support you with this. They can be the ones listening to your speech for the first time. Or maybe if you are afraid of going to the gym, go and talk to your friend. Go and talk to your sister or your brother. Ask them if they can join you for your first gym session. Go with them, because when you're with someone that you know who is familiar, remember, we like comfort, we like familiarity. It's going to be easier for you to go to the gym. Next time you go, then you can be with your friend, with your brother, but maybe instead of training together, they can be doing their own thing and then you do your own thing. That way, slowly you can get better and feel better at being by yourself when you're at the gym. You can slowly make that change, but don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. So just a quick recap of the 5 tips I have for you to help you push yourself past your comfort zone. Number 1 is to start small. Number 2, set clear goals of exactly what it is that you want to push yourself. Number 3, embrace failure. Don't be embarrassed. Number 4, challenge those negative thoughts. And number 5, seek support. I hope you can use these tips and push yourself out of that comfort zone, because I want you to think about this. If you don't make a change now, nothing is going to change. You are the only one in control. You are the only one that can make something about it. You are the only one living inside yourself and your mind. And even if your mom wants to help you or your friend wants to help you, they cannot help you if you don't want to help yourself. So make that change. You're going to be so proud of yourself when you do that. Yes, it's scary at first, but once you do it, it's one of those things that you just do it again and again and again. It's going to get easier. And then you just want to keep pushing yourself out of that comfort zone. And it's going to be such an amazing feeling. And you're just going to feel so proud of yourself. If you like this episode, make sure to share it on your social media and tag me at Daniela del Carpio. Until next time. And as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.